Listen to this. Right after he says this about the days of Noah, that the world's not going to know anything, they're going to be marrying and given into marriage, and they did so until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. He says this, then shall two be in the field, one will be taken, the other left. Now why would he just jump right into that? Because he's telling us, in a time when the world is not aware of it, because no great indication was given. Two are going to be in the field, one will be taken, the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, they're at work, one will be taken, the other left. He says, watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. My goodness. How can he tell it to us any clearer? He gave us a list of events that will indicate a sign of his coming, that will indicate the end of the world. I notice he did this backward, because now he's giving us a sign of his coming. But it has to be seen spiritually, because we're the ones that have that preparatory spirit within us, not the world. The world, they're still looking for proof to believe in something. We know better. And I'm telling you, time is shorter than what you think. Way shorter than what you think. Super short indeed it is. And that means a lot of things will break out, and when they begin, they're not going to slow down or stop. But the world will not know it, so they're giving no indication that things are falling apart. When 9/11 hit, the world was on alert. Well, it wasn't coming back then because they were looking. They expected something like that to happen. Listen, when the world does not expect it, that's when your ears stand straight up. That's when you're watchful. And I'm telling you now, the world does not expect any glorious heavenly event to ever happen. They're too worried about who's right in the election. Who has the right answer for America? Who cheated on what? They even have the people involved in this nonsense. Really? We're mad over a card game that's not even our game. And while people abdicate for men of the world, the Lord is preparing his children. He said, watch, here comes the big one, watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Let me tell you something. Now, he said that to us, in such an hour as you think not. Now, if you think about this, what hour do you not expect the Lord to come? Well, you don't expect him to come before most of these events are fulfilled. My goodness. See, people are waiting for these events to be fulfilled, and that will be their expectancy. But he just told us he's coming at a time where we don't expect him to come. He's coming out of season of our thinking. We expect him to come when major things happen in the earth. We expect him to come. We don't expect him to come before things are fulfilled. He's telling us he's going to catch us off guard. The reason he doesn't know, the reason the angels do not know, is because he's coming in a time where we're going to be authentically us, when we do not expect him. A lot of people say, well, the Lord's coming on one of the holy days. Nope, because we expect him to come on one of those days. We don't expect him to come before these major things are fulfilled. He keeps telling us, no man knows the day nor the hour. And then he gives us a list of things that'll happen. Then he goes back to say, well, no man knows the day nor the hour, but it's going to be like the days of Noah. But no man knows the day nor the hour. But two are going to be at work, one will be taking the other left. And now he's saying he's coming as a thief in the night. But a thief always comes in one of those nights where you don't expect a thief to come. A night when you have your guard down. A night when you're not watching. And if you're not watching, that means there's not even spiritual evidence. No alarm within you. One of those days you don't expect, like now. Nobody would expect Jesus to come and fulfill everything right now at this very hour. They wouldn't expect that. They would expect things to happen in the world first, wouldn't they? Next time you read that, understand that Jesus commanded us to watch and be ready right now. For those who are faithful to the word, they don't have to rush and get ready because they're ready right now. Because those who are watching also expect him, and those who expect him are obedient, and those who are obedient are prepared right now this hour. So there's no need. That day will never come upon us unaware, those who are watching, who expect him right now, because we're perpetually ready to be received at any moment. That means we're not slipping. We're not throwing caution to the wind. We're not doing any of those things. That's why we don't need to be warned about that day coming upon us like a thief in the night. Because guess what? When you're watching, how can something come upon you as a thief? It cannot. You're prepared for it right now. It does not mean a specific calendar date. We understand that. No, it means you're prepared today, right now. Do you see it? That's why there's no need. There's no need for the faithful of the Lord to be warned of that day nor the hour, because they're ready right now. Of that day or hour, he said, brethren, I need not warn you, for you know very well that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. But a thief cannot overtake someone who is awake. and watching. A thief will never overtake someone who is awake and watching. Because God did not tell Jesus when he was going to send him. He didn't tell the angels either. The day and the hour is still unknown. But those who are faithful need not be warned because they're ready right now. That's why, if you're ready today and you haven't put anything off tomorrow, and you're giving meat in due season, you're ready at this very hour. Nothing will overtake you as a thief. For when the Lord does come in an off hour to everybody else, you will be awake, saying, there he is. That's why I waited on. But if you're sleeping, if you threw caution to the wind, if you're in the club, if you're thinking bad thoughts, if you're trying to plot revenge on somebody and the Lord comes, he's going to come upon you unaware. And you're supposed to be a Christian, he's going to catch you in the act, in your sin, and you're going to have your portion with the hypocrites. But for the rest who said, forget about sin, I'm going to be ready in this hour, they are ready every day of their lives, every moment of their lives, and he will never overtake them like a thief in the night. Why? Because they are awake. They are expecting him now. That's why the evil servant is the one that believed that his Lord delayed his coming. For those who don't believe Jesus is coming for another 1,000 years, you're going to be involved in hurting your brothers and sisters, in mischief, and taking your time in learning about things of the Lord and correcting your life. But for those who have an expectancy of right now because they don't know when he's coming, but something in them stirs saying, you know what, my Lord's going to come in this off hour, and an hour we're not aware of, he just said it, and an hour we're not thinking of, and he's going to come. Let me be ready now. Let me purge things now. Let me get things right now. Let me forgive them now and not next week. Let me go ahead and get everything ready now. That person will stand ready right now for the Lord's coming. And he will not overtake them as a thief because they're actually watching for him. That's why he gave us a command to watch. And he gave a warning to all those who won't watch, because he said some would not watch, and it's not going to fare well for them. He was talking to the church, and he said they wouldn't watch, and they were part of the church, and they wouldn't watch. And they will be lost, those who wouldn't watch. They're going to be overtaken like a thief in the night. Time is shorter than what you think. It really takes a lifetime to prepare. God has given us enough time to get things right. Not one of us will be able to say, I didn't have enough time. You know and I know he's given us ample time. You know and I know we could be a lot further along than what we are right now. Well, all of us know this. But we threw caution to the wind. We played around sometimes. And see, when you know you did that, today is your opportunity not to do it again. See, because one of these days is going to be your final day. There will be no great indication. We just read that. He's coming in an hour. We don't expect him to come in. So any day the Christian expects him to come, he's not coming then. But I know a time when nobody would really expect him to come. And it's before certain things are fulfilled. They would not expect Christ to come before that time. See, people think they're safe so long as certain things have not happened in the world. You don't think our Father knows that. Yet he's given us a lifetime to straighten things out in our lives. We have every tool necessary to learn of our Lord. It's on us, ladies and gentlemen. This is about sincerity. And people are entering into the ark every hour. And one day, that door is going to close.